Hello, again sports fans. We are back after a short break. Thanks for watching our weekly sports roundup. This week we have some sad local soccer news, and a few more positive sports highlights. We start with news that SA football great Lucas Masterpieces Moripe has died. Moripe, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest players the country has produced by those who saw him play, and was called the God of Football by adoring fans during the early 1970s in a nod to his natural talents. He was feared by defenders and goalkeepers, and his style of play was synonymous with flair, finesse, and the golden era of South African football. In one of the honors bestowed on him, Super Stadium in Atteridgeville was renamed Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium, and he regularly attended Mamelodi Sundowns matches at the venue. He had this unique ability to read the game like no one else, and his touch, so delicate, yet powerful, was something you didn't see often. He was a dribbling wizard, capable of mesmerizing defenders with his skill and creativity. Moripe began playing for Pretoria Callies in 1971 and led them to several memorable victories over Orlando Pirates, Pinville United Brothers and Kaizer Chiefs. His display earned him the Sportsman of the Year title in 1973 and a stint for Caroline Hill in Hong Kong. Moripe moved to Pirates in 1981, but he was in the twilight of his career, and the persistent knee injury meant he did not stay long with the Buccaneers. We are sad to say goodbye to such a legend. Rest in peace.
On a happier note, we have some good local soccer news after Bafana finish in style to clinch Afcon group. Bafana wrapped up what has been a productive year in fine style, delivering quite a dominant display to outwit South Sudan 3-0 at a sold-out and vibrant Cape Town stadium on Tuesday night. Ikram Rainers, Patrick Maswangani and Teboho Makona scored the goals that ensured Bafana win what was their final Group K fixture of the 2025 Afcon qualifiers. Bafana have been impressive in 2024, winning Afcon bronze in Ivory Coast early in the year. SA's next game is against Lesotho in World Cup qualifiers in March next year. Coach Hugo Bruce still included some of his instrumental stars in the starting 11, such as Ronwen Williams, who earned his 50th appearance in Bafana shirt, Makona and Kaliso Mudo, among others, despite the fact that they went into this fixture already qualified for next year's Afcon finals in Morocco. Bafana qualified last Thursday, a day before they beat Uganda 2-0 in their penultimate Group K fixture, thanks to South Sudan's shock 3-2 win over Congo in Juba, which meant Congo were not going to overtake them even if they lost against Uganda and South Sudan. Powered by the electrifying atmosphere, Bafana were cruising from the word go. The hosts' early dominance paid off as early as the 7th minute when Rainers slotted home a brilliant Aswanapalas cutback from close range. Rainers would miss a few chances later on. While South Sudan hardly threatened all first half long, Bafana created a number of chances, with one of those falling for Maswangani, who controlled the ball brilliantly and came close to score a goal similar to the one he scored in the 2-0 win over Uganda in Kampala on Friday, but was denied by South Sudan goalkeeper Majak Moath in the 20th minute. Maswangani would redeem himself 2 minutes later, pouncing on a rebound after Moath had spilled Makona's shot to make it 2-0. Apollos was Bafana's most influential player, getting himself involved in almost all their attacks. SA never took their foot off the pedal even in the second half, playing with confidence and determination again. Makona converted from the spot in the 50th minute to bag the night's third after Bright Stars left-back Ivan Ewan tripped Kaliso Mudo off the ball in the box. In boxing news, Hem vs Mahlangu junior-Featherweight rematch is on. Sanity has prevailed. Boxing SA, BSA, and promoter Ayanda Matidi have eventually found each other in the match between newly crowned SA Junior Featherweight champ Sayabulila Hem and dethroned Bongani Wonderboy Mahlangu is going ahead. Hem, 21, from Duncan Village near East London dethroned Mahlangu by a points decision in their first fight Matidi staged at Vodacom Dome in Midrand on September 14th. Mahlangu's brother and trainer Sandile Mahlangu lodged a formal complaint and requested that the fight be reviewed because he felt his 45-year-old brother had done enough to retain the national belt. BSA, after having satisfied itself with the requirements for a fight review by Mahlangu's camp, which BSA received on September 27th, the regulator approved the application. BSA then appointed 3 judges to independently score the match in favor of Mahlangu. The sanctioning committee then ordered a rematch. But the whole process was not well received by Matidi, who was dissatisfied by BSA's failure to communicate its decision to Hem, who had already committed to honoring an earlier agreement with KwaZulu-Natal boxer Mxalasai Zuma for a showdown on November 24th in East London. Hem was rated second when he challenged Mahlangu but had negotiated with Zuma to step aside on the understanding that he would face the winner. BSA's order for a rematch nullified the agreement. Matidi challenged the order. He did not agree with the procedure the sanctioning committee followed, and he took them to task and made them to apologize. Mahlangu's two successful defenses against young fighters, Duduzi Mzamila and Lethando Mbumbawana, were won by the 5th and 7th rounds last year. The former Olympian has chalked up 22 wins in 30 fights while Hem has won 7 of his 8 fights. Lastly, in cricket, Bavuma is a kid in a toy shop for test return. Temba Bavuma is as excited as a kid in a toy shop after passing a series of fitness tests on Monday that confirmed his readiness for the highly anticipated test series against Sri Lanka, Proteas test coach Shukri Conrad said yesterday. Bavuma overcame an elbow injury that prevented him playing in Bangladesh. It was the latest in a series of ailments which have befallen him since Conrad appointed him test captain when he took over as coach in February last year. He's played in just 4 of the 10 tests Conrad has overseen during an enormously frustrating period in which injuries also affected his ODI World Cup campaign in India last year. After a series of aerobics and conditioning assessments, Bavuma came through 90 minutes of batting on Monday against net bowlers and throw-downs from fielding coach Kruger van Wyk that indicated he was pain-free from the ailment in his left elbow. There was a temptation to allow him to play last weekend's 4-day match for the Lions, but Conrad said doing so would have been detrimental to his recovery. Conrad admitted that he is probably going in cold on the back of not having played any matches. Just being back in a playing capacity has elevated Bavuma's excitement, even more than his teammates, who Conrad said were looking forward to a series where so much is at stake. With the Proteas on an upward curve, having won their past 3 tests, he knows extending that winning streak will see the side qualify for the final of the WTC, which will be hosted at Lord's in June next year. So, there you have it, some big talking points from another action-packed weekend. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning into our sports recap. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. We'll see you next time, right here on Sporty News Bites.